Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese leader Xi Jinping have hailed their countries' relationship as being at an unprecedentedly high level. The announcement came during Putin's high-profile visit to Beijing, where the two leaders sealed a massive energy deal and showcased their political solidarity. On Tuesday, Russia's state-owned energy giant Gazprom announced a legally binding agreement to build the long-delayed Power of Siberia-2 pipeline. The pipeline will send 50 billion cubic meters of natural gas annually from western Russia to northern China, with supplies locked in for 30 years at prices lower than those charged to Europe. For Putin, this is a major win. Ever since Western sanctions cut off much of Russia's access to European markets after the Ukraine war, Moscow has turned eastward, trying to replace Europe with China as its primary buyer. Analysts say this new deal could offset nearly half of the exports Russia lost to Europe. The Russian president and Xi Jinping spent hours together on Tuesday, meeting with Mongolia's president, sitting down for formal bilateral talks, and later sipping tea at Xi's official Zhongnanhai residence. Their rapport was on display not just in these private meetings, but also during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Tianjin a day earlier. At their formal talks, Putin recalled Soviet-era ties and described the relationship as built on brotherhood in arms, trust, mutual support, and firmness in defending common interests. She called Putin an old friend, adding that China and Russia would support each other's development, uphold international justice, and build what he called a fairer system of global governance. China has stressed that its cooperation with Russia, particularly in energy and other key sectors, is mutually beneficial, highlighting how the two nations are deepening their economic and strategic ties despite global tensions.
中俄一贯本着相互尊重、互利共赢的原则，开展包括能源在内的各领域务实合作。关于你提到的具体项目，建议向中方的主管部门进行了解。
This show of solidarity also sends a clear message to Washington. The deal directly challenges U.S. President Donald Trump's pressure on countries to cut Russian energy imports in order to end the Ukraine war. Putin, in fact, briefed Xi on his recent negotiations with Trump in Alaska, highlighting how central China has become in Russia's global strategy. Putin's trip is not over. He and Xi are expected to appear at a massive military parade in Beijing, joined by North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un. This marks Putin's longest visit to a single country since the Ukraine invasion in 2022, a signal of how vital China has become for Moscow's survival and its vision of a new world order. From energy pipelines to military parades, the Putin-Xi meetings highlight a tightening alliance that could reshape the balance of power in global politics. But with China still hesitant to fully endorse the pipeline, questions remain about just how far this partnership will go. Stay with the Indian Express for the latest developments on Russia, China, and global geopolitics.